Hey, welcome to What's the Story? My name is Janice Hermson. I'm your host. And I'm here today with my co-host, Ed Knoll, Doug Ashby.
Howdy, everyone.
Hi there.
It's a great day.
I thought I'd do my Camelot imitation. We're here again, which means again we're here, which means that's why we're here, because we're here.
Very well said. Very well. Good imitation. Excellent imitation, actually.
Might as well start off right, huh?
Why not? Why not? Let's just do this, right? Oh, we got some stuff going on. Ed is the candy king.
Oh, yeah.
He really and truly is.
So even though we're in the cool bowels of LaRue Press, there's still some chocolate meltage.
He is
Yes,
Dennis' favorite person.
Now, for whatever reason, I have bulletproof teeth.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Knock on wood.
I know. Need to do that. That's not wood.
Is
You
there
better
wood
find-
underneath it?
No. You have to find
I got
something
like
else.
simulated wood.
Oh my goodness.
It can
So-
work in a pinch.
Oh, yeah.
Is your phone off?
Yep. No, well, it's quieted.
Is it?
Ah,
Yeah.
it's quieted.
Well,
I'm getting another telemarketing call.
Oh, nice.
Oh
Very
man, I'll
nice.
bet I had 10 spam calls this morning.
I don't answer my phone anymore.
I
If
don't
you don't
either.
leave me a message and I
If
don't see
it's
it.
if it's important, leave me a message and I'll call you right back.
There you go. Well, so the vice president was chosen today. Since you brought up Kamala, I wasn't going to go there first, but I'll go there.
Well, you could make a circular argument again. You'll be just like her.
There you have it. There you have it. So yeah, she chose her vice president. Did you guys know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, somebody I never heard of.
I've never heard of him.
So I think it's interesting because I think they were leading up to Josh Shapiro and some of the other,
Right.
what we'll call young stars in the Democrat Party, right? Those folks that are likely going to try to run for president in 4 years. I think they were caught off guard by what happened.
Do you?
And I think that whether Kamala chose them or not, I don't think they wanted to be chosen. It wasn't right. They want to run in 4 years. They don't want to be her vice president. And if and likely loses, then that person's gone. But this guy's a latecomer to politics. He didn't become a politician until he was in his 40s. The governor of Minnesota, her vice president. And so his aspirations are probably maybe less. I don't know. Who knows? Best I know, you can beat 90 and be president.
So it looks like I'm trying
For a
to
while.
share the show on Facebook right now, and it's not letting me do that.
Come on, Facebook. Let
Come
us
on,
in.
Facebook.
Let us in.
Let us do this. It's not letting me share the post. So hopefully, you're probably not being notified either, is my guess. But what the heck? Here's where we are. Hopefully you're maybe listening on YouTube or on, we got some folks on. So, hopefully you're listening somewhere because they're being a little difficult at Facebook.
Badge of honor if Facebook doesn't like you, right?
I guess.
Do you get a little sticker for that?
I don't know.
I
I'm
want-
so
I
tired
want
of
one.
all of it.
I want one. I want a sticker.
I'm really tired of it, aren't you? I mean, it's like, come on, really?
So
We
it
really have
is.
to do this.
I'm like a minority in every group. Every group I'm associated with, I'm in the minority in every one of them.
Yeah.
Well, this will make you feel good. You are here too.
Well, I know. As I look at my stuff and meditate, that might be my lot in life.
That might
Yeah.
be. So let's do the word of the day. And I'm going to start this off because I pulled, and I'm going to get my book here. Ugh. I have my precise edition of the New World Dictionary.
Precise?
Yes,
It's-
that's what it's called. The concise. Concise.
Concise.
Yes, concise edition of the Webster's New World Dictionary. I typed it wrong because I was thinking of something else. From 1956, published by the World Publishing Company. And in 1956, they were people of few words, although this is a concise edition, right? So their definition for our word of the day, which is prescient, is knowledge of things before they happen. Foresight. That's it.
So
Lots
foreknowledge
of
of events could
Could you-
be psychic. It could be psychic,
It could be.
right?
In
Someone
today's
could
world,
see,
yeah.
someone could see the future coming. Nostradamus.
It is possible. It is
Wow,
possible.
That should have been a synonym, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I want to
It-
make sure everybody knows
It
they
probably is.
you can text in to 775-399-2888 in case we don't see your comment and you want to comment. Feel free to text us there, 775-399-2888. And so you wanted to share about prescient, however you
Sure,
want to.
sure.
Some people do the sh sound
there
and
were
some don't.
absolutely a ton of synonyms,
Oh,
which I really like. I hate that when you're writing something, you put in a word. Actually, it usually works the other way around. When I'm reading, I like when I see a word that I don't know to look it up.
mhm.
Hopefully that'll make me smarter. But all it does is makes me feel like I'm really stupid.
Well, I want to, before you do your synonyms, because I think this is going to be interesting to hear the synonyms after you know the origin of the word. All right. So if you know the origin of science, you already know half the story of prescience. Science comes from the Latin verb, destroy me, folks, for how I'm going to say them, sire, to know. Also, source of such words as conscience, conscious, and omniscience. Prescience has its ancestor, a word that attached P-R-A-E. Oh, they get into all the whatever, all the P-R-A whatevers, meaning to know beforehand. So now that we have that lovely information, how are we
Okay.
going to deal with
All right.
synonyms?
I
Yes,
have another
you know,
question on the
He
word
raised
of the
his
day
hand.
before we get into it. So
You're just being put off, bud.
what's the origin? What date?
Oh, 14th century.
Force.
Yeah.
So I guess those Catholics back in the day could see the future.
Maybe so. Huh?
Well, if anybody could, they sure should have, right?
I don't know. Why would it be they who would see
Because
the
they
future?
were the only one creating any material at all, right?
Oh,
I mean,
pretty
in that
much,
time
yeah, I
frame,
think so. Yeah.
right? It was all churches and monasteries. And,
Yeah, but not just Catholics, though. I mean,
No,
it
I was being,
I know you were being
I was being
snarky.
what
You were being snarky.
I kind of often am with religions. So sorry if took offense. I'll beat up the Baptist next time.
There you go. Good job. Or
Okay,
the
here we
Mennonites. How
go.
about the
All right.
Mennonites?
Come on, get on your game here. And relevance.
Rivalence.
Yeah.
Do you mean
Synonym.
relevant?
Isn't that like a drug that was banned by the FDA?
That was it.
Oh, Ritalin.
Yeah.
No,
I
Ritalin.
don't-
Ritalin.
I
Ritalin.
really,
Ritalin.
Yeah. that's what
I really don't know if that's a good synonym.
It doesn't seem. What's the word again?
Relevance.
No, it's relevance.
Relevance. That's what I thought you meant. Yeah, relevance. I would not say that's a cinnamon.
Okay.
Cinnamon. It's not a cinnamon.
These next,
No
yeah, these,
spice to it.
these next ones are right on target. I think you can't use that word anymore. On target after the assassination. Well, I'll take a shot at this. Oops, there's another one.
You're just going off today.
I think you can be on target as long as you're not
No.
shooting at people.
No more candy for Doug. Doug's not getting any more candy. This is the chocolate place, but yeah.
Foresight, yeah. Foreknowledge.
I don't think so.
What?
So it's mental that you've seen it, but it's not knowledge
Right.
that it's
I would
happened.
agree with that.
It's not
Yeah.
knowledge. You just think it's happening.
I think I agree with him.
Okay. Premonition. I like this word. Clairvoyance.
It's a
Now,
good
do you
word.
remember? Goes back probably to the 50s and the 60s, and I think it was KFWB was the most popular radio station in
Los
in
Angeles.
Southern California, and they had a
KFWB.
yes,
And 98.
Did they have the amazing crest?
Oh, they had a segment on there. It was called Clairvoyant. Clairvoyant. You don't remember that? Oh, that was
maybe a little before my time.
Yeah. Premonition. Omniscience.
Omniscience.
I call it omniscience.
Okay.
You
me
guys
too.
can have it your way.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm in the minority.
Well, the fact is, you know what? The next time you read that word
Yeah.
might be 20 years from now.
Yeah, could be. Well, it's just like the word we're speaking is PRE, meaning pre before, and then science. So it's preface.
Prescience,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just before science.
or prescience, if you
Yeah,
prefer.
okay.
So it's going
When I
back.
listened on the internet, it said
Okay, here's
prescience.
another word. I
Pre-science would mean we eat raw stuff.
Probably
No
gonna-
cooking.
We're walking on.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to like this one or not. Foreboding.
No,
No.
no.
Well, wait a second. Let's analyze this.
Forebodes?
When you're foreboding, or if that's looking ahead and not liking what you see.
No.
That's
No. If foreboding's more a mood than
Yeah. That foreboding is not
it's a mood. It's not having anything
prescience.
to
It's
do with
not having anything
knowledge.
to do with
Knowledge.
having information prior to it actually
Okay.
occurring.
Can a synonym be two words?
No. Not
Sixth
in my word.
sense.
No,
Okay.
I don't think so.
Did we get premonition already?
Yes.
Where was that? I must have skipped down. Okay, here's what they give us the second definition of it. Concern or preparation for the future. Parents who had a precedence to make everything in their home childproof before the arrival of their first baby. So that all fits. That's
weak. That's a horrible example.
That's
I
a
think.
bad example.
Because
I agree.
everyone knows
One
that
would
you got to put things in your plugs, right? It's not like
Did you scratch it off?
it's not like a revelation.
I hate that expression. Everybody knows. Everybody doesn't know.
I like that.
Everyone with children that are 5 knows because they've already done it.
Okay. Okay. Vision, foresight, forethought, farsightedness. Okay.
No,
That
I
doesn't
don't.
apply though. Not in
wisdom.
that.
It's got a couple of ways to apply, and I don't think. I mean,
I mean, that's super
farsightedness.
literal in the sense of
You don't like farsight?
No.
Oh, I do. I like that's a good one. Uh,
well, if you like it, then it's good.
wisdom.
No.
Uh,
Wisdom is
how
not
about-
prescience.
How about this? Precaution.
No, I disagree.
Okay.
Bzz,
Discernment.
wrong answer. Oh,
Yeah.
discernment is good. I think discernments could be.
But that's not towards the future.
That's true.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll agree. He nixed me on that one.
Premeditation.
No.
Mhm.
Okay. Perception. Perceptiveness.
Mhm.
Discretion.
Those are weak. They're very weak. I don't like those at all.
Sageness.
So, are we ready to move on? It
Yeah.
sounds like we're running out here.
Yeah. Sageness.
Sageness might be a little
Well, have you ever
closer.
heard that word? SAGE.
Uh-huh.
Sageness.
Yeah, I've heard it.
Well, I don't
Yeah.
think I have. Certainly isn't in my repertoire.
Well, your job, listening audience, is to use the word of the day at
In a
least one time in conversation today.
Yeah,
That's
that's
That's your job. There you go.
right.
Try it out. See how it works for you.
Expand your knowledge base.
That's right. Just by listening to us, you're expanding your knowledge. Or you could say maybe if you listen for a long time, you're probably stupid.
Well, or they could raise their hands. Raise your hands if you know what prescient is.
Yeah,
There you go.
Oh, look, everybody knows.
Ah, there you have it.
precedent.
Yeah, not precedent.
Precedent.
No. So, does anybody know the poem "Remember, Remember" the 5th of November? You familiar with that?
Nope.
Gunpowder treason and plot. We see no reason why gunpowder treason should ever be forgot.
Oh,
How about that?
well, unfortunately, it has been. because
Well,
I've
not
never heard
in
of it.
Britain. Not in Britain. See, it's because it's not an American holiday. It's British. And I came across a friend of mine actually enlightened me to remember the 5th of November. And with the 5th of November approaching, right? We've got, what do we got coming up on the 5th of November? Oh, an election.
Cage
Yeah,
match. I think they should seal them in cage match to the death.
Yeah, so that's the official election day, right? Although most states vote for as much as a month in advance.
It's interesting because their energy's going to fade. They're being propped up. They got their convention coming up. It's going to keep them popped up. But after that goes away, I think she's going to fade. They got to be really good to pull this off.
Well, so Guy Fawkes Day, which is what the 5th of November is in Britain, is a British observance. And let me give you the real thing. Celebrated on November 5th, commemorating the failure of the gunpowder plot. You say that 5 times fast.
Yeah.
The gunpowder plot of 1605. That's right. 1605. And I have been reading a whole bunch of stuff about the 1600s. So this intrigued me a little bit because, you know, the fact that you're reading about something and then you hear something like this. So anyway, the gunpowder plot conspirators led by Robert Catesby were zealous, and you had said Roman Catholics, enraged at King James I for refusing to grant greater religious tolerance to Catholics. So they planned to blow up the House of Parliament. Oh, let's just blow it up. What the heck, right?
Nice.
During the state opening of Parliament, intending to kill the king and members of Parliament in order to clear the way to reestablishing Catholic rule in England. So the plan failed when the conspirators were betrayed, and one of them, Guy Fawkes, was taken into custody the evening before the attack in the cellar where the explosives to be used were being stashed. So he's in the cellar, and they picked him up and
Blow him up.
yeah, well, they certainly thought about it. The other conspirators were all either killed, resisting capture, or like Fawkes, and that's not F-O-X, that's F-A-W-K-E-S, tried, convicted, and executed. In the aftermath, Parliament declared November 5th the National Day of Thanksgiving, and the first celebration took place in 1606. And they used fireworks as their method of saying, hey, we're celebrating the fact that we didn't get blown up. So they're representative of the explosives.
That's a little odd. I was going to say, that's a little
interesting. Yeah.
back-ass.
But why do we use fireworks for the 4th of July? What's the point? Is it the explosives that were all the
maybe it was the bomb.
rockets
Maybe
red
it was
glare,
that
the
bomb
bombs
that didn't
bursting
go
in
off for
air.
them.
Yeah, the bombs bursting in air. So that's what represented for them too. Also, they carry around an effigy of Guy Fawkes, and they're tossed into bonfires. I wonder if they still do that. Is anybody from England? I actually know a couple of people that live there. I should ask them.
They
if
have like
do
Guy
any of
Fawkes
this.
keychains.
No, they
Right?
have.
They carry them
Yeah,
around.
but they
and
have
stuff them.
effigies. The kids call these effigies guys, and like I say, they it says so they called guys through the streets in the days leading up to Guy Fawkes Day and asked passerbys for a penny for the guy. Right, so they asked for a penny for the guy, often reciting rhymes associated with the occasion. And I read that one to you. Fireworks, a major component of most Guy Fawkes Day celebrations, represent the explosives that were never used by the plotters. So that's the reason that they do that, which I thought was kind of interesting. Guards perform an annual search of the Parliament building to check for potential arsonists. I'd be really curious after COVID if they do this stuff. I'd really like to know. I'm going to pay attention on November 5th and see if Britain does anything like this. Wouldn't that be interesting to know?
It would.
Yeah.
There's just
Maybe it's just me.
kind of a personal story reminds of explosives. We had one time when I was working for the fire department, a bomb threat at a school. So they dispatched the fire department and the sheriff department or the police department. So we were going around just, casually walking through the school. looking for a bomb. Well, we watched the sheriff's deputy. He would go over to trash cans, look in it, and then pick the bottoms.
Oh, shoot.
That probably worked. It probably worked. I mean, did it even go off?
See, now I know why I remembered that story. What year was this in England? 1860?
No,
1605.
1605. Oh, okay. Well,
Yes.
I just looked up something that is kind of akin to that. It was the advent of the Gatling gun. And if those of you don't know what a Gatling gun is, it's a hand crank machine gun. And it was made in 1861. Well, what was notable about it is the inventor of it said, "This will end all future wars," because it was such an awesome weapon. I thought that was nice.
They're still working on it.
Yeah.
But however, they haven't changed their mindset, right? I mean, they just, whoever has the biggest weapon,
Right.
they think is.
Well,
Yeah.
that's right. No war has ever been fought over strengths.
No. So, did you guys happen to try to search anything about the assassination when after it happened for
I was too
assassination of President Trump?
entertained mocking the media and their
Hey,
right. They had to use their dictionary, their CNN dictionary, to look up that. Oh, look, that was an assassination.
Yeah, they weren't
Right?
sure.
They were
weren't sure.
stumbling over themselves. It's embarrassing.
Well, apparently there were some folks who tried to search things, and when they went into Google and attempted to search, they came up with Donald Duck. They came up with Donald Reagan. They came up with Kamala Harris sometimes in her campaign stuff when they searched for, attempted assassination or Donald Trump. So, yeah, Google was doing a little suppression, and I heard that Facebook was too. I don't have any documentation on that, but I did hear
They
that
don't do
Facebook was-
anything a little bit.
I
Right? I mean, it's a lot of suppression.
I
Yeah.
found.
I mean, that's silly. That's just silly. Really, you're not going to allow people to see what happened, or
They think their
we
power.
don't even know now. And
Uh,
it's been almost a month, and the Secret Service can't seem to get around to allowing Congress to interview witnesses, or to interview the
They can't
Secret
crack
Service
the guy's
agent.
code, or they're being
Well,
closed
no, they
mouth
did.
on the
They
politics.
did finally crack the code.
After 2 weeks.
I found a good story today that was on the internet, and I thought, wow, look at that. Because the reason it drew my attention was the fact that it was about wildland fires in Southern California. They have,
What's that got to do with
Well-
President Trump?
okay, well, follow this. The headline was, "Hotter than hell, how California wildfires are killing thousands and costing millions." Subtitle: approximately 55,000 people have lost their lives during the past decade due to wildfires raging across California, according to recent figures. 55,000 people.
That's a lot more than I would have suspected.
Huh. Same thing I thought. So I did just a little bit of investigation. How many people have died due to wildfires? Cal Fire tracks how many firefighters and civilians have lost their lives and homes. Since 1992, 628 people have died from wildfires.
They're 5,000
A
off. Who said
little
that?
exaggeration.
The
there.
U.S. Fire
And
Administration?
then there's the U.S. Fire Administration. This is national estimates from 2022, national estimates of non-residential building fires and losses show that there were 129,500 fires, 140 deaths. Now, who do you choose? Where do you want to go? That's what happens when you look on the internet. So how did I do that? Came around full circle, didn't I? Don't trust what you read because it's a bunch of crap.
No.
Well, we can't see everything too, and plus the stuff you see is half crap.
Oh, what's amazing. 55,000 people in California were killed from wildfires.
Look at when you go to search. Let me share my screen here
Yeah,
just
let's
so
do
you
that.
can see what's going on, because I thought I would give this a shot. Hold on a second, I hit the wrong button. All right, we're going to share my screen. This is Google, and I don't Google personally.
Yeah, I
So,
don't either. I try not to.
But see, when I put in assassination Trump,
There we go.
all it is assassination Trump. Normally you'll get like 20 or 30 different ideas of what you might be looking for. So they're still doing it, right? So let's search that. Attempted assassination of Donald Trump. And then you get, Pakistan charged with alleged plot. Not heard that. Pakistan. Feds foil Iran. So it's all about Iran and Pakistan. Have you guys heard anything about that?
Nope.
No.
I've heard about the Iranian,
Yeah, a little bit about that, but
Wait, maybe they had 55,000 attempts.
oh look, ABC, Pakistan national charged with alleged plot to assassinate 3 hours ago. Look, breaking news, folks, breaking news. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear this at all, but we got breaking news. Oh my goodness, Kyra Phillips says, yeah, I don't think you can hear that screen, but basically they're saying that this guy was charged with an alleged plot to assassinate Donald Trump. I thought that the Secret Service said that Thomas Crooks guy did it. Right?
I know.
So how did we happen to get this dude, right? So I find this quite interesting. Let's see what the people have to say. Blah, blah, blah. Yes. They couldn't see a hitman carrying a rifle in front of them on top of a building, but caught this guy out of nowhere. I love the comments. The comments are always good. Yes, they made adjustments to the security. They weakened it and replaced half of them with disc jockeys from Homeland Security. Wow, I should wear my other glasses. These are not the good ones.
I forgot to add this about 55,000 people.
Yes, Doug.
No, it blends
pertains.
right in. The story was written by John Van Braun, and his expertise is he's a South African rugby coach.
Well, let's go back to these comments. Though.
So you see that last one?
I know, but look at this one. The kid
see.
on the roof was in clear sight, and the Secret Service did absolutely nothing about it. What a joke. So the last one, you want to read this one?
Yeah, fortunately, the FBI apprehended the Pakistani national before he was able to find a sloped roof hideout.
Janice, try getting around them. Put the search title, who shot at President Trump.
Okay, let's
See what
try that.
happens.
Let's see what happens with
So
this.
I'm curious, though, to see if this
Shot.
Pakistani guy has anything to do with the
Hey, we got breaking news, folks.
has anything to do with the Pennsylvania dude.
Oh, yeah, you never know.
Well, right there's.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be linkage.
There you go. Okay, so who shot at President Trump? You get nothing in the drop down except that, because we just put it in. Okay, here we go. In the case of Matthew Crooks, the 20-year-old who opened fire at the Trump rally in Butler, Pennsylvania last month, the FBI is still working to uncover his full online footprint.
Help
But
me.
CBS News has learned that investigators believe he posted troubling content online in the past. Well, then that answers it, doesn't it? I mean, my goodness. But look we're still back to the Pakistani guy. They don't want you to know anything except it was Pakistan. Yep, there you go.
The press, and I'm going to
They
call
are-
Google and Microsoft and the social media companies
Wait,
are even worse
So hold
than
on,
the mass
hold on
media.
1 second. Let's try something else. Let's
They're
go.
a part of the misinformation.
Right. Let's go to DuckDuckGo. Okay,
Oh,
which is another search engine.
DuckDuckGo.
You see, you're running around doing that, right? Okay, so let's do. What did we do? Assassination
Attempt.
attempt. I think I put in Trump too. Now, I do that here on DuckDuckGo, And you get assassination attempt, Trump wiki, same thing, date, Wikipedia, Truman, why attempt Truman? Okay, they're not a whole lot better, but at least they have a few other options that people have searched, and they're letting you know that. So here we go. Let's see what they have to say. Maybe they're going to talk about Pakistan too, huh? We'll see. What we know about the attempts against Trump. And then you get, no, okay, GOP congressional candidate pushes two-shooter Trump assassination attempt. Yeah, we were going to talk about the possibility of the two shooters. What we know about the suspect. What do you got?
Right there to your right, Pakistani
This one?
national with ties to an Iran charged in connection with the foiled. I wonder if he hired the Crooks kid.
Oh, but how did they find this dude? They still can't find the guy that was walking in plain sight by where Kamala was on January 6th and supposedly placed, bombs or
Wherever
something.
this guy was, whatever board he was on, is likely a small amount of people. And this dude just probably picked somebody.
So attempted assassination of Donald Trump spurred a huge spike in calls for violence and civil war. Oh my, does the media want us to go to war?
They do over that.
They sure do, don't they?
It's the most ridiculous thing either.
They're trying real hard to get everybody to just jump in and fight. It's that red ants, black ants. We can all live together very nicely until somebody shakes the jar. Who's shaking the jar? I think it might be the media this time.
Oh, they have come out with everything they got behind Kamala Harris. I mean, I actually had to turn the news off because I couldn't take it.
I know.
And that never happened.
So I mentioned that to put on your tinfoil hats, how many shooters were there? So I've watched a number of videos that show two that they believe based on audio stuff, which of course other people say, oh, that audio stuff analysis is ridiculous. I can't tell you either way. And this one is a GOP congressional candidate saying that there's two shooters. I've heard people say there are three. I hear people say there were two shots at the end from snipers on the good guys, I say that in quotes, side, trying to shoot the shooter, right? So I don't know. So a Republican running for New Jersey's, look at this, 5th Congressional District, 5 is the number, seat held by Rep. Josh Gothmeier, a Democrat from New Jersey, pushed a conspiracy theory in a fundraising email that there were two shooters at the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. Oops, sorry about that. The candidate, my screen is just going crazy. Candidate Mary Jo, it might be the operator, no? Mary Jo
Almost always.
also alleged that the Secret Service had let the attack abort on purpose. I'll change my glasses on the next segment. The New Jersey Globe reported only one shooter has been identified, Thomas Matthew Crooks, in the FBI's investigation. Ginshard also promised to reform the Secret Service apparent DEI mentality. I don't want to go to all that. So they're just skipping.
Hey, Janice, go back to Google and try just a different approach on it.
Okay.
Ask if Donald Trump is getting better after he was shot. See what it says.
Okay. I would never think to do that, but oops. After getting shot. Well, you can see nobody else has thought of that.
It's going to respond he wasn't shot.
Oh, look at this. Pakistani national charged with alleged plot to assassinate Donald Trump. Donald Trump doesn't change from Vanity Fair. PBS.
Like all the super Trump backers, right? PBS,
Yeah.
Fantasy
Trump
Fair,
campaign releases.
Women's Magazine.
Yeah, exactly. Releases new details about his injury. That was July 20th. Will the assassination on Trump impact the election? After Trump shooting, the presidential race will change. Donald Trump's chances of winning the election soar after, and I'm sure it's after the attempt.
How about his health? Injury remains.
His health and injury may remain a question.
Oh, it's USA Today. Boy, this is going to be good.
Well, first we have to get past the ads. Beyond Trump's failure, there should be questions about the former president's mental state
Mental state.
in
Yeah.
the wake of such a traumatic event. One doesn't get almost killed and not feel a psychological toll.
So one of the things I think we need to do as like media folks, and that was Rex Huffkey, is call these clowns out. These folks that are making hellacious claims, right? Just ridiculous stuff. I mean, greater than Trump used to make up. That is ridiculous. Those folks, I mean, it's just mean-spirited
It is.
partisanship.
Well, so here's what happened to me, and I don't know if anybody's going to get this. Like some of the people I've sent this to just didn't seem to understand where I was going. I was looking at all these different things, and it dawned on me that they keep calling Trump and Vance weird, right? And I thought, I don't know what made me think of it, but I thought, well, there's got to be an acronym for that. So I looked it up, and there is actually an acronym for weird, right? So I said, well, let's see. And it's from the College of Liberal Arts.
Minnesota, right? And
Psychology.
so it's
And this
that
was
that governor's the one who did it, right? The VP pick.
maybe.
It is. No, I
Maybe.
saw it this morning.
But look at, here's the acronym on weird. In 2010, a paper by Heinrich et al. Coined the term weird to describe a lack of diversity in research. So it's got to do with research, but weird stands for Western, educated, industrialized, rich, and democratic. So they are kind of weird, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah. Get it?
Did you see where that information's from? Did you see where
Yes.
this guy's from?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
University of
University of
Minnesota.
Minnesota. But isn't that interesting that they're all running around saying it's weird? And here's what the weird acronym stands for. I guess they are,
Well,
right? Because they do tell you the truth, right? They may tell it to you in a kind of a weird sort of a way, but they do tell you the truth.
so best I know, Trump isn't a Democrat.
No, but democratic, that's different.
So
than
I
being
know,
a
but I can change my acronym. And it's only applicable to blue folks.
well, oh,
Democratic, right? I
Sure.
mean,
they're
that's how I'm
Democrats.
reading it.
At any rate, I just thought it was kind of interesting that there was actually an acronym for the word weird. And I thought, we should counter this for them that, yeah, you go ahead and call them weird. Look what it stands for. It's not bad. It's not a bad thing.
What we're talking about is really scary because the vast majority of the public, they want their news, they want it quick and they want it easy. So when they read this stuff, especially the way the left side puts it out, that Kamala Harris has done nothing wrong her entire 4 years as vice president. She was just glowing example of how you should act as a vice president.
Well, I also found it interesting that there's a video out there. And again, this could be photoshopped. It could be just about anything. So I'm just kind of presenting this to say, hey, this is what's going on out there. And, anyone who's as old as us at least knows about the Kennedy assassination, how many things were out there that we never learned about until now.
And we still
Right?
don't
And
know.
we still don't know.
And this
But
whole Trump thing's the same place.
It's the same type of thing. So you've got this one, the Killbox investigating the Trump assassination, Benny Johnson. So they go out there and they look at the area and they do all of that. But here's one. Mysterious figure spotted during the Trump assassination attempt. And where was that mysterious figure? It is, I'm hoping they're going to show it. Oh, come on, you guys. Here it is. A dark figure on top of the Butler Water Tower, which many say was the second shooter. So you're not going to hear anything, obviously, but you're going to see right around here where I'm circling that
Yeah.
there's a figure. Have you guys seen this video? Okay.
No, I haven't seen it, but yeah.
Yeah. So somebody says that there was a second shooter, but you have to watch. But it's really grainy. It's super grainy. And again, see it right there? See right there? Right there. Yeah. It
They were
could be
just
a
looking-
person.
No,
They're just
looking
hanging
for-
out.
looking for a better seat.
Yeah, there you go. They wanted to kind of do the, hey, what's out there? So it does look like somebody up there. Whether that is a second shooter or not, who knows? But the direction was from the same a different angle, but from the same direction as where the Thomas Kurtz was supposed to be. So there you go. What can I say? That's the video. So if you haven't seen it, now you have, and you know, they want me to download the vast. All right, so there you have it. So possible second shooter was somebody. Why did the Secret Service ignore for 20 minutes? And I've heard even longer, but I'm going to go with the 20-minute routine. For 20 minutes, that there was somebody up on the roof with a gun. And then one of the Secret Service or one agency, I don't know if it was just the police or if it was the Secret Service, they were saying, well, we're an open carry state. So somebody having a gun is not something we would necessarily follow up on. Now you got the president, former president of the United States standing there, and you're not going to follow up when you see somebody with a gun, even if you are.
I was going to say, even if you're an open carry state, you can't take them to a football game.
No, I know.
You know,
Well, he was outside the perimeter, supposedly,
I have
of where they were
I
concerned
have
about
a personal story about the Secret Service. When I was, this is years ago, when I built a house in a place in Southern California, it was called Coto de Caza. It was a gated community up against the foothills behind Mission Viejo area. Well, there were pretty much, we were an exclusive neighborhood up there. Well, Ronald Reagan had a friend that lived there, a fellow by the name of Bill Lyon. He was a big builder at the time. I would imagine he still is, lived in Coto de Caza, and he wanted to come visit. So probably, maybe a week prior to Reagan's visit, we were inundated by Secret Service. There was a guard gate, that let people in because it's a guard gate, right? They had somebody that was Secret Service there. Well, the day that he came in a helicopter. 3 helicopters flew over, and they flew around. We never knew which one he was in, and then it landed. Well, prior to all of this, Coto de Caza Drive comes in and goes over to Bill Lyon's home. It's set back up out of this big lawn. Well, again, we didn't know if he was coming in car or in a helicopter. I mean, these are all variables. Exactly. So one of the things, Coto de Caza Drive, where their limousines would go by, houses, probably maybe about 20 houses, looked out over onto that roadway. And we had some neighbors that said, I'll be damned if I'm, probably Democrats, I'll be damned if I'm going to get out of my house for the president to come by. And the Secret Service said, well, if we see you in the window, we're going to shoot you. Needless to say, nobody was in their window. But I look at what happened today versus what they did personally that I witnessed, that I saw. 2 different organizations. And you know what I blame it on? Excuse me, DEI. They had to change so we can get people.
It's the whole mentality right now, though, it's that shaking the jar, right? We've got the black ants and the red ants together that can always live well together until somebody shakes the jar, and they've done a real good job of shaking the jar. And so we're all after each other. Dems after Republicans, Republicans after Dems.
And it's fascinating too, right? I mean, so when you get into that, like Democrat, so I think it's a lot of incompetence. I think it's a lot of people winning elections.
I'm not saying DEI isn't a factor.
And calling it woohoo, I've arrived, and they're enjoying not working.
Right.
Right. And I think that's
we only have a limited amount of time left, guys. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I want to do this and then we can keep talking about that if there's still time. Oh, I did it again. Darn it. Okay, I want to share my screen and I want to show you if you got my post or if you don't get my post. This is hermsen.substack.com. This was my post for today. And there's our fireworks. Woo-hoo!
Yay!
Yay! That's the explosives for Guy Fawkes Day. But what I want to point out to you is that I did mention, because I always like to talk a little bit about ranked choice voting. So rather than talking about it today, I'm going to ask you if you will have time. It's only about 5 minutes. Follow this link right here, and it's going to take you to this video. And this video is all this important information for every voter, especially in Nevada. There are some other states that could benefit from this as well. It's all about ranked choice voting, and it's going to inform you as to what's going on and kind of what to expect from it. You can see it's pretty easy to follow. Not real long. Like I say, 5 minutes. It's worth 5 minutes for you to check out about ranked choice voting. Okay. A friend of mine did this, and she's right. It's a train wreck. And that's my opinion, only mine, and not LaRue Press. It's only me. But basically, it's going to kind of give you some examples and show you what's going on with ranked choice voting. And once again, please subscribe. And if you do like what we do, or you like my posts, if you like it, I'd appreciate it. It helps to keep us up in the numbers, so people find us, because we got to have them find us.
Stop ranked choice voting, right?
Yes.
I mean, if you want the person you want to vote for to be considered, you have to shoot down ranked choice voting.
You do.
You know,
Alaska is trying to repeal it right now. That changed their constitution, and they're in the process of trying to repeal it. So we recommend that.
For no other reason than I don't want to change our constitution in
Right.
Nevada.
Right. And yeah, if they did legislation, I wouldn't like it, but it would be different. This is truly changing the Constitution, and I just think that's wrong. Of course, I don't like ranked choice voting, but regardless, I think all these things where you're trying to put it into the Constitution. Why?
It's not our job. It's the folks we vote for's job to put stuff into our Constitution, and people willy-nilly throwing things in there makes it a patchwork, not a cohesive group of laws.
Yeah. So
Well, it's just like Biden trying to change the Supreme Court by via he's going to have to do it through a constitutional amendment, because I don't think he realizes that he doesn't have control over the Supreme Court. It is a distinct area of government.
He's been in government for 50 years. That clown knows what he's doing. He's motivating, I don't know who, maybe the Uber left. I mean, it's ridiculous to me how far to the left he went when you just look at normalcy.
And Kamala is further left than he is.
Oh, no doubt about that. And so is our her new VP candidate.
oh yeah, he's something else.
He's way over there.
Bless you.
I mean, that weird thing we read is from the University of Minnesota,
Right.
right? Which is where he's a governor.
Right. Yep. Well, and it was Minnesota where all the fires were burning, and all the media was standing in front of them saying,
55,000 deaths.
the media was in front of them saying,
Wildfires in the land of 1,000
never gonna
lakes.
finish my sentence.
Oh,
Hey,
The media was saying that this was a mostly peaceful protest, as you saw flames behind them. Right.
Isn't
I mean,
that
it was crazy. It's like my head exploded when I saw stuff like that. I thought, how can people not see what they're doing? I mean, it was so obvious, right?
well,
And
it was just a hand warming fire.
so, but I think that those folks, right? So, journalists that win awards, that's all bogus now.
Wait a minute.
Well,
It's
and
all
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
They've all gone to innuendo, policy, entertainment.
Well, journalism has
Yeah,
actually
you know,
changed, and they've
when
changed the rules basically of what they expect of journalists. They expect them to have opinion now.
To be entertaining.
Instead of
That's
just
bull.
reporting, which is
When-
what they should be doing, at least in
when
my eyes.
journalist wins an award, who awards it?
Other journalists.
It's like watching the Academy Awards.
Yep.
Watch them pat
It
themselves on the
So,
back.
yeah, but every group does that.
Right. It's true.
Every
true.
group does it.
Excuse
The
me.
fight, you get awards from firefighters?
Oh, I got one.
Right. It's
Well, that's because
Oh.
I did it the group.
Well, I can't read that. Can you? I can't read what that is. That's another language of some sort.
It is. It's
I don't know what language that is. And Jacob has decided that he's going to
PS.
share. Thanks, Jacob. I'm not sure what you're saying, but thanks, I think. I'm not
So
sure.
it's
We'll have to do a translation.
it does look like an Arabic.
It does,
it's,
doesn't it? Yeah.
it spreads
Hard to
out
know.
from what we're talking about as far as the news media. When they say, okay, we're going to do a study, we're going to do an in-depth study of this. So a bunch of people get together and say it's
Oh,
going to be
bonjour.
They never do studies. They
And,
only
and on that
report
bonjour,
findings.
Jacob, I'm afraid we're going to have to say goodbye. We're going to go into our second hour in just a moment. We got to cut this off. We are limited on time for our radio show.
Au
So,
revoir.
but we will be back. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in just a couple minutes.